Got this really nice plank of mahogany here. Got it at Rocklear for about $35. It's about 6 inches wide, just under 6 inches, and we're gonna go ahead and make an end table for my Smokin Hawt Wife chair. Anyway, I am starting off with just the top, and as you can see, I have the top kind of designed here, kind of with a 5-inch border and some diamond pieces cut in the middle to give it sort of a pattern, all out of the same plank. And then we're going to cover it with tabletop epoxy eventually, but I'm going to start with the top, and then we're going to work down towards the skirting, the legs, and the drawer, hopefully. Wish me luck. This will be a fun project and something to do while it's cool outside. One of the things I like to do is take some calipers, go ahead and tighten them up on the board, any spot. Then I like to run this down, just to kind of get an idea to see how inconsistent this rough cut lumber is. You can see it's binding right there. So it's a little wider in the middle than on the ends, which is fine. It's just, I want to know that before I start working with it. And we want to do the same thing on the thickness. We're going to take some passes on the planer anyway, but we want to make sure there's not too much variation. Sometimes it's thinner on the ends for whatever reason, so you may want to cut off a little bit just to get that uniform thickness. Otherwise you start chasing it with the planer, and next thing you know, you end up with paper. Okay, for just the rough cut to length, we're going to use this miter saw. I'm not going to use the miter saw for the 45s. I just don't trust it. I'm going to cut one of the planks in the middle first, just to get the board into manageable pieces. This will be our 8-inch diamond centerpiece, this part right here. Okay, for this next part, we're going to be running boards down the table saw to trim up at least one edge, so I have a true edge to work from and reference from for the rest of the cuts. Right now they're a little rough on each side, so I just take off a 1/8 of an inch or less on one side, or keep doing that till I get that nice perfect flat edge. We flip it around and then cut the final width. Always wear your safety goggles. It's a perfect edge now. We're going to do that same with the other boards. Okay, now that all the straight edges are done, we're going to go ahead and cut to width. For our next trick, we're going to go ahead and run all the boards through this planer, get them to the same thickness, get them cleaned up, get all these little marks off from shipping and whatnot. Then we'll go ahead and cut the 45s. I don't like to run angles through the planer, so we're going to plane it before cutting the 45s. Anyway, wish us luck. Wear your hearing protection. All our boards are the same thickness now. We just need to get a good sanding on them, and they will be perfect. That's the great thing about this jig, is you can just shave off a little bit as you want, so you don't overcut on accident. And that's what I do, is I cut a little long and then just trim it down till I get the perfect length I want here. Now we'll flip around, do the other side. Okay, I'd say my cuts came out pretty good. I decided I'm going to go ahead and use the cut-off parts as the center square, and then I'm going to trim it out with this 100-year-old mahogany all around it. I think that'll look really pretty, and at least that's the plan. I'm going to go ahead and put a biscuit in each corner, and then go ahead and get this glued up and clamped. Okay, I've got the center part here all glued together. I'm going to go ahead and get it clamped up, let it dry overnight, and then tomorrow we can come back and start doing some finishing on this. Top came out pretty good. We're going to go ahead and square it up, and square up the center part here on the table saw, and we'll get to our fill pieces here. Okay, we got our centerpiece done here. Came out pretty good. Of course, it's too big to fit in the table here. So what I'm gonna do is just trim all around it. I did that on purpose so I could get a nice fit in here as tight as possible. We'll get this trimmed up on the table saw, and then when it fits snugly, we'll go ahead and glue it in and then start doing our finish work on the top, which is gonna be a lot of sanding. I have an 80 grit sanding block here. I'll be going over the whole thing until it's fairly flat and then lowering the grit to get it to a more finer finish on there. Anyway, I'm gonna have the fan going on behind me, so to keep the dust out, and here we go. Okay, I'm pretty happy with how this came out. Flattened out nicely. I got the cracks filled with sawdust and glue, and anyway, came out really good. Not sure about a finish or an edge yet. That's why I haven't done any more. So we're gonna stop here and we're gonna start working on the legs. I'm gonna get the legs done first so I can get an idea of the best way to do the skirting and all that. Okay, I got my legs cut out here. They're just 24 inches long and about 2.5 inches wide. I was gonna double them up, but that would make this too clunky. I think that looks elegant with them just the way it is. Still have to do the skirting in between, but then we're gonna put a drawer, so there will be a front to this table. Anyway, going good. Let's see where it goes. Okay, before I move on with the legs, I'm gonna go ahead and thicken up the top here on the edge with this scrap. Cut it at 45s, glue it in. Then I can come back and cut a bevel across that, and it'll make it really look nice and modern. And this will also serve as an anchor point for the legs. Okay, the legs came out pretty good. It's just real simple. Basically, just different cuts of wood glued together and then screwed with these finishing screws. These come in really handy, and they're good for areas where you can't see, and when it's together nobody will see the screw hole. So anyway, got the drawer frame cut out, and now I'm going to add bracing to the legs, and then we're pretty much done with this, and we can start on the drawer. That was already down good. That clamp off, and we're set. Okay, drawer came out okay. Got a nice couple of coats of polyurethane on it. I had to go with this wooden center guide for the drawer instead of the guides on the side because I didn't leave room for that in the cutout. So anyway, it's a small drawer, so it seems to work pretty good. Had to do a little engineering to get it to where I can take the drawer out. There we go. We're ready to start doing the epoxy on the tabletop here. This is the underside of it. I went ahead and masked the underside lip because when I do the top, the epoxy is going to come over and then drip off of this edge. This way, when it's kind of semi-cured, I can take the tape off and take those off, take those drippings off, and then leave a nice flat edge that I can come back and polish up later. But okay, we're using this JB Weld 2-part epoxy 1-to-1 ratio for tabletops, bar tops. The first little coat we're going to do here is just to seal it, so we're going to put it on this brush and mixing it up now, and that will cure for a little bit till it gets tacky, and then we'll do our flood coat after that. So anyway, here it goes. Make sure you mix it up good. I got one of these graduated containers that can help you measure out in equal parts. Away we go. Wow, look at that nice new table.
I love this table. Check it out.
Man, that is the bee's knees. Let's look at the drawer. Let's see here. Yep, looks nice. Very nice. You happy with it?
Cheers to you, honey. I love it.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Thank you.
All right. All right, no more projects.